Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Footy Expresso. It was a lovely, lovely Easter weekend, and we had a little bit of a break. But we're back here to discuss the EPL of all the games, especially the game against Arsenal and Liverpool, and obviously, and also the game of Chelsea. So we have my brother Derek from the show Soccer Colored Style. Welcome, Derek.
Hi, welcome, Nelson, and thanks for having me on the show. I hope it will be a good one.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good one. It's been a very frustrating weekend for all our supporters. As we know, Derek is also an Arsenal supporter. But we're not going to discuss just Arsenal. We're also going to discuss, obviously, Chelsea as well. Has been a bad result for both London teams. So the discussion tonight is going to be about, do we trust the process, or do we change managers? Do you think that is the way to go for clubs, or do we keep managers and trusting that manager to build a squad to compete? The same structure maybe that Liverpool done with Klopp. But look, Derek, what do you think about the game that happened against Arsenal and Liverpool?
Nigel, listen, man, to tell you the honest truth, when that game played, the whole of the first half, I was really frustrated because I was starting to see what the pattern of this game is. And the pattern of the game was that Arteta showed too much respect for the Liverpool team. Liverpool looked almost like the Barcelona team of old, of the 2010-2011 season. And that for me is not on. So I just think that Arteta got his tactics wrong. I think that Arteta got his team talk wrong. I think that the players went out wrong mentality. I'm not going to blame the selection that much because you have to have what you have in terms of rotation because we have one eye on the Slavia Prague match that's taking place on Thursday. But yeah, all in all, very disappointed. If I should give my squad an average point, I will give all of them a 3.
Yeah, no, I won't actually give him a 3. I think they were awful. I'll be honest with you. Look, you can lose a game. You can lose a game. A team will play off the park. But, I mean, from the first minute until the last minute of the game, Arsenal was never in this game. It was so frustrating that these guys came to the field and never played. There was no desire, and that pisses me off, to be honest with you, Derek. And that shows to me disrespect to the supporters, and also disrespect to the manager. And I think it's unacceptable for any player or any squad to give the performance of the way Arsenal played in that game. And I've been an Arsenal, like I told you, I've been an Arsenal supporter for 33 years, and I've never ever seen a club or players give the performance that Arsenal gave on Saturday, and I think it's very, very disrespectful.
Yeah, listen, Nigel, I feel the same. I echo your thoughts on the performance. There's still a lot of things that we have to look at, though, just to shed some light on it. Um, if Arteta didn't start the players that he started, um, would he have taken a chance with a semi-injured Emile Rowe and a semi-injured Saka? As now we also have Tierney out because the guys have been playing a lot of football, man. You must understand the guys probably traveled a lot, and when they came back, they weren't that psyched as Liverpool was. Remember, Liverpool is playing for a top 4 finish. What are we playing for? What are we playing for actually this season?
Yeah, no, look, I agree with you. I mean, everyone's got their way, their comment, and we must respect each other's what you say about football and the way we see the game, because everyone don't see the game um, the same way. Like Theo Hemper, well-respected coach, he's got a comment here. He's well-respected coach in Cape Town. Uh, he says,
I missed the
completely
info.
agree with the assessment. Not a positive enough from the manager first. I do agree what Theo is saying there. He sets the tone for how the players go onto the field and their conduct. Yes, I agree with Theo. I agree with him. The reason why I'm saying that the coach basically set off a positive impact with the players. So yes, you can have your chat before the game and you can have your tactics, but do you think, Derek, do you think the
Yeah.
players give him respect? Is there enough respect from the Arsenal players towards Arteta?
Nigel, to tell you the truth, I would think there's enough respect between the players because, as you could have seen in the first half of the season, they were definitely playing for the manager. Um, and as we won the FA Cup at the last season, you could see that they were definitely playing for him. But since coming back from the break, I didn't see any improvement on Arsenal's side in the new year, especially in the new season, because they've been performing terribly, especially Aubameyang. I don't know what the matter is there, man. And to tell you the truth, on the assessment about Arteta losing the dressing room, I don't think so. I don't think he's lost it yet. I just think it was a terrible performance by guys who weren't motivated and by guys who didn't take the game as seriously as Liverpool did. And now we have to bear
Now,
the consequences because Liverpool fans are on our case every single day.
yeah, now look, every supporter will be on a case if you lay 10th place. You're one of the
Yeah,
biggest clubs in the world. And I think it's unacceptable for a club like Arsenal. If you check their history, I mean, all the great players of Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, all those players. And if you look at the way Arsenal play now, I think it's every supporter is going to make fun of you because we are one of the biggest clubs in the world, not just England, but we one of the top 10 biggest clubs in the world. So Bradley
definitely.
Whitten says, why is West Ham ahead of Arsenal? West Ham manager getting the best out of his average players.
Yeah, that's a true fact. I tend to agree with Bradley here. As we could have seen that what David Moyes did with Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard is now not anymore Jesse Lingard, is now Jesse Lingardinho. He's being yeah, compared to people like Ronaldinho, those magicians. So yeah, what can you say? What do you think the reason is West Ham is performing that well? I think West Ham just has this mindset that they are a good enough team to take on any team. They have a good enough manager. And if the manager can get the best out of those players like he has this whole season, not even these last couple of games, as we've seen, West Ham has been up there the whole season, fourth place, fifth place, but they are in the European League spots. So I won't say that it's something that Moyes actually does. I would just say is that the players actually steps up and know that, listen, man, we have to perform. We can't just be a team that's in the Premier League for fun. What are our targets? West Ham didn't have any targets. West Ham was just a 10th place, 9th place team like we were. But now it's the opposite. Why are we there?
Yeah, look, we got Devy D from Devy D TV that's joining us, viewers,
Yeah.
which is also Arsenal supporter. Welcome, welcome, Vix Guna.
Evenings. Yeah, the title says it all. Good evening to everyone. Soccer College style. Good evening, my bro Nige. How are you, my
Good
brother?
evening.
I've had better
I'm
days.
good. I'm good. I had a wonderful Easter, but when the game of Arsenal, I was sick in my stomach. I'll be honest with you. I watched the game with my friend Lester. I was sick in my stomach, not because of the result, but the way football was played, and I was sick in my stomach, and I just wanted to put off the TV. I never seen, not even now, local football. If I watch a local game, you can ask Mr. Hemper. If you're gonna watch a local game and the way also play, I will walk out the stadium. I will go home, and I'm
I,
lucky I wasn't at that stadium because I would have walked out to that stadium. To be honest.
Yeah,
it was
listen, nice man.
pathetic.
Guys, can I tell you the honest truth about that game? I only watched the first half fully, and the second half I fell asleep because as I heard all the action started in the second half, but yeah, that first half it just put me into shock, man. I just went to sleep. Yeah, so that's the honest truth. I didn't up to now. Can I tell you the truth? I didn't even look at the goals. I just heard Jota het gemaak wat hy wil, but yeah, I didn't even look at the goals. So maybe you can give me more insight and relive that moments.
Yeah, now look, Devi, I think your cap will speak for itself.
Bro. What can I say? I'm in Marvin's room, my man. Look, you guys hit the nail right on the head. Look, I can handle a defeat. But the bare minimum that I expect is at least fight. I saw no fight whatsoever. I saw no passion.
Yeah,
Again, I come on to this coach. Why does he keep chopping and changing? Nigel, you said it a couple of weeks ago. Give me a reason why Rob Holding is playing in this team. Yes, I know Callum Chambers was outstanding against West Ham for spells, but why does he get in over Cedric? You know what I mean? Danny Ceballos, why is he playing in the side? Aubameyang, I mean, he already didn't pitch up on time for North London derby. And then I don't know if you saw, you actually sent it to me, Nige. There was a pic there was a video that Laka made about Aubameyang that came in with his hairstyle looking like a freaking Travis Scott. I don't mind that, but if you're not doing the business on the pitch, then I'm not going to allow that. But if you
yeah,
look even closer to that, Nige, if you look closer in it, they all in the training kits, they're ready. He's walking in with a freaking tie-dyed shirt, looking flashy. I don't mind that if you're doing the business, but you think I care for that? You think I want to see that as a captain? And you know what? When they substituted him, Nige, I don't know if you noticed, like in today's rules, when they substitute you, you have to go off on the nearer side to you. Did you notice that he walked off and then he had to come back on to give his captain armband? Now, as a
yeah.
captain,
What's
that tells
that?
me as a captain, you're not switched on. So I don't know, Nige. It's we have to strap on our
Yeah, no,
seatbelts
look,
again. Like I
yeah,
said,
look,
I can handle the defeat, but the manner in which we handled it, the way we were totally bossed by Liverpool. And again, I take nothing away from Liverpool. There's a reason why they're 5 years ahead of us, in my opinion. It's going to take a while. This is just what we saw on Saturday, was just a culmination of the decline that's been happening for years. The manager, I think the job is too big for him. The players, he keeps these, I don't want to swear, but dog shit, bang average players, keeps picking players that don't deserve to play. Where is Martinelli? Where is my Martinelli? Can you honestly tell me what Martinelli has done wrong and why Willian has played over 30 games for us this season? Even Pepe was on fire on the left. He took Pepe off Knives, playing Pepe on the right. The same thing was another player that I can't for the life of me understand. But I mean, the fact that we're relying on Smith Rowe and Saka, Nige, two youngsters, two kids, that tells you exactly how far we have fallen as a club. So I reached a new level of fed up on Saturday, my bro. Honestly, I'm still seething, as you can tell, but I don't know. I get no joy out of this club anymore. They just upset me, honestly.
yeah, no, I just wanna add to the point there when Aubameyang of being captain. I also, like I told you, he came late. All the players was dressed already. Why must you come, my friend? This is not a circus. Is this the way Arsenal Football Club
Exactly.
is seen? You come there with your colorful sweater. I mean, I'm sure you got a Arsenal tracksuit at home, or do you? I'm not sure how it works at professional clubs. Maybe Theo, you can maybe comment for me
Mm.
how it works. But as a captain, you're supposed to be first at the club. The first player,
Yeah,
you must be dressed.
Facts.
Already, I won't even. That's the problem at Arsenal Football Club. There's no structure. There's no respect. The way I see it, I don't have to be at the club. You can see it on social media, and that is rubbing off from on the field. You can see the way they play on the field, and also when I come to the coach side, it for me it doesn't know what is going on because he
Mm.
keep changing the players. Why do you have to swap the team all the time? He doesn't have a starting 11. If you look at City, Derek, if you look at
yeah,
City, every week Sterling play, every week Van de Bruyne play. They start their best players start. Also next week, Holding start. Why is Marina starting? The guy came into the squad when we lost at 8 games. The three people that came into the squad when we started winning was Mari, it was
yeah,
Rowie, and Saka was already there. So the balance, we were lacking creativity, and Rowie was playing number 10. What happened was we signed Odegaard. Rowie was starting to be dropped, and Swift on the wing. So that means the balance wasn't right again, because now Arteta wants to play Odegaard. I'm sorry, Odegaard is not an Arsenal player. He's on loan.
Exactly.
Why is he preferred to be the first number 10, which Rowie was the player that brought us out of the losing at games. That is my problem with Arteta. He doesn't have a starting 11. Make up your mind, Arteta. Please make up your mind, because at the moment you are awful. I'm sorry, Arsenal supporters. We all have our say about the club. We do. Some people do trust the process, but how do I trust the process the way it's going now? You tell me. Sell me something. It's like you selling your salesman. Sell me that thing. You're not selling it to me. You had it in the beginning when you won the FA Cup. We believed, but come on, it's been over a year. There's no improvement, Derrick.
To answer you on that one, Arteta, I think Arteta is just playing to the players' contracts, man. Listen, Willian was bought for, we don't know how much money. I don't know what is on his contract, but I should say something on his contract states that he should play at least X amount of games. The same with Odegaard. They should play X amount of games, not necessarily because they are better than Martinelli, but necessarily because the contract states it. And now you have the situation where Emile Smith-Rowe brought us out of that situation with brilliant play in the number 10 position. He went to buy Odegaard. Odegaard had a few decent games for us. And now also you can understand that's now dropping Emile Smith-Rowe's confidence, because he's being played out of position now. And the guys, and you know most how it goes. Guys like Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe, they're not going to be seen. It's the same like when you produce a youngster out of your academy, and then you want to buy a player that's already proven, to understand. So that proven player needs to come and show this guy the ropes. And that's apparently what Odegaard had to do. But Odegaard, for me, is in the same development phase as Emile Smith-Rowe. Emile Smith-Rowe is actually a bit better than him in the Arsenal system. Though we can't deny the quality that Odegaard has. He has quality. We can't deny that. But as you rightfully said, he's not the Arsenal player. So why must he play week in and week out? That is a bit frustrating.
Look, if you look at the stats, Emre versus Arteta, I actually missed the I actually missed the game when the game starts, and the interview of Emre, when he always said good evening. He said good evening for everything. It's afternoon already, but was morning. Good evening. I really missed, and I never had a problem with Unai Emre. I think he actually done a decent job with his first season, because he brought us 6th place. I think a 6th or 5th place. And he actually took us to the Europa League final, which for me is a decent season, because look, it's his first season at the club. But the second season, I think the board was a little bit, if we see it now, was a little bit in a hurry. He didn't actually start. Why must we give Arteta a process, but we want to fire a Mary for laying 8th, but was actually about not even 10 points from Liverpool. Now we're laying 10th, right? And we actually almost 40 points away from City, which is actually worse. If you check out the record of Mary's record, is far better than Arteta in 50 games. So why isn't he fired?
That's what I also want to know, Nudge. I also would like to know why, because we were giving Emery so much flack at the time, but I mean, those numbers don't lie. Look at that. So why, like you said, why are we trusting this process with a manager that is have us lagging in 10th? So like you said, give me a process to trust as well. I mean, Bradley Watson summed up perfectly. Go ahead.
Laying 10th. We actually laying 10th. We never came out of 10th for the last 3 months.
At least we're consistent in something, my brother.
Yeah, no, but look, I think it's awful. I'm sorry. It's unacceptable. I think it's unacceptable. Clubs are overtaking Arsenal.
Hmm.
If we're gonna step away from Arsenal a bit though, or let's just check out the comments of the viewers. Wolfie says that it's unacceptable performance. No game plan, no design attack, no passion, no forward thinking, and this disgusting performance. I think I blame the manager for that. When they were outplayed in the first half and nothing actually changed. No tactics.
Exactly.
There was no tactical changes in the game. You just left it as is, and he
Exactly.
actually only brought Martinelli back on last 10 minutes. Are you
But you know,
serious?
but you know what? I think Martinelli showed even more fight in those 6 minutes than any of those players on that pitch. Which is why I'm questioning as manager, why is he not playing?
Yeah, no. Theo Hempel says Um, West Ham have a team playing for each other. The team is more secure, but they also don't have the amount of games that others have. The team have already established identity. Now to establish identity. Now, how long is the manager of West Ham?
Yeah, he
I
came
think
the same
Oteta
time.
is much more longer. Am I
Exactly. He
correct?
came he came more or less the same time. Yes, 100% spot on.
So how did Moyes establish an identity much quicker than Arteta? And if you look at the Arsenal squad, there's much more better players. Look, I'm not the guy who's going to look on paper, but the amount of fees that was paid for those
Mm.
Arsenal players compared to West Ham, we're supposed to fighting for top four and not laying 10.
Exactly. That's
So,
mad.
yeah, now let's go to Tuchel. Chelsea, I know Chelsea lost 5-2.
You had
I
a
know
laugh.
LaShawn's supposed to be on the show, but unfortunately she has another commitment. But LaShawn wasn't very happy. If you guys know LaShawn, she's one of our hosts. She's a big, huge Chelsea supporter, and
Chelsea
she
fan, I
was
know.
not very happy. But it just shows you that the way football is this season,
Mm.
it's very unpredictable. You can't say. Um, but look at Tuchel's record at Chelsea.
Mm.
Now, Arteta only won in 50 games. So that's why I'm a question. The
Mm.
viewers can tell me, do we trust the process? Do the club give the coaches a chance to build their team? Or do we fire the coach and take on another coach and he bring another style to improve the team? Um, Tuchel came in. Look, Lampard was the same like um, Arteta, the way Arteta now. But when Tuchel came in, he actually made Chelsea hard to beat. Look, they lost 5-2, but check out the games before that. He did actually improve the game. Look,
Mm.
11 matches, 6 wins, draws 4, only lost 1 game in the Premiership. So
Mm.
if you calculate that, Arteta played 50 games, 121. If you count, if he has 50 games at Chelsea, you would actually overtake
Oh,
Arteta's
exactly.
record by so much. That means Arteta is poor.
Listen,
Facts.
man, Nigel, if I could just say something on that, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Sure,
yes,
loud
no,
and clear, my bro.
Okay, sorry, man, I'll turn on my camera now. I'm just quickly busy with something. If I look at Tuchel's record, when he came to Chelsea, listen, just to start off the conversation, I think they sacked Frank Lampard too early, right? Lampard was the one to build the squad that Thomas is currently earning. Yeah, we know he's a pedigree coach. He's the one that went on to win stuff with Dortmund. He went on to win stuff with PSG. But as we know, those are big clubs. Chelsea is also a very big club. But don't you think that they should have trusted the process with Lampard instead of giving him just a 300 million rand kitty, go and spend, and then if you don't perform, we're going to sack you in 6 months' time. Don't you think he at least deserved the time to build, because this guy Thomas Tuchel is actually just reaping what Lampard already sowed. Yeah, he brought some defensive stability into the team, like playing the likes of Thiago Silva all the time, playing Kurt Zuma, playing what's the other one, Rudiger all the time. Those are his German players, and he's actually there to try and develop Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. But with that, he won the Premier League Manager of the Month last month, and now he's being won by West Brom 5-2, and now the players say, or the people say, Tuchel out. So aren't the fans a bit impatient?
Yeah, no, I think it's the way the team is going. You can't look. Chelsea's in a different case. They spent over 300 million. For me, if you spend 300 million, you're more under pressure of getting fired quickly. Arteta, I think the reason why Arteta's still in a job is because of the FA Cup and the Charity Shield. I believe, and I strongly believe, if he didn't win the FA Cup and the Community Shield, he would have been fired by now. I think he would have been a goner if he didn't win those cups. But are we going to give him another season?
But Nigel, don't you think that would be a bit inconsistent? I'm sorry, man. Vex Guna, I will give you a chance now. I just want to answer Lionel on this one. Don't you think it would be a bit inconsistent of Arsenal to start to do the Chelsea type of model now and chop and change managers if stuff don't go well? Remember, Wenger didn't have it easy his first season and a half. He had great players, he had better players, and the competition wasn't that tight at that time. But we are the type of club that believes in growing youth. We believe in growing potential, and we saw that Arteta has the potential coming from the school of Pep. And the way he articulated himself in interviews, the way he spoke, when he came to the club, he had a clear idea and a clear understanding of what he wanted in this club. What I can tell you is Arteta doesn't have the players that he wants yet. And the players that he brought in, like Thomas Partey, and the players that he brought in, like Odegaard, and those sorts of players, you could just see what he's trying to achieve, what his game plan is. He's trying to play like City, but he knows he doesn't have the skilled players. The players aren't technically gifted as much. And also, man, if you come to a club like Arsenal, who's been down in the dumps for a while, it's difficult to get those players' mentality right. So I should give him another season.
Yeah, no, look, I agree with you. He's not going to get fired. That's the reality. But I think we actually gone wrong. This is what I think we gone wrong is letting Torreira go on loan and Guendouzi. These are the players that actually let Arsenal come 6th or 5th place that season. Those were the players. Saliba was supposed to come in. He let him go on loan. Look, I can't speak for a player that never played, but what I've seen is he's got the talent. Firstly, I think that was a mistake. I was also the one that said no, let him go on loan. But if I look at the squad, we actually need him because holding is inconsistent. Mari is a very, very good, injury prone. So, and look, Saliba is very, very young. I think it would have been a good job. The other problem is that Martinelli, I think he's treating a bit Martinelli unfairly, to be honest. It's one of the players that actually, when Aubameyang was injured, he's actually the player that actually destroyed the defense. And to have a player like Willian coming from Chelsea, that was our rivals all the years, for me, I'm sorry, I don't know where it started. I think Wenger brought this thing where you must assign players. Manchester United signed Van Persie, our best player. That is what, if you want to sign players from a club, you sign the best players. You don't sign has-beens. And Arsenal structure and the way they're seeing things to go forward is all wrong. I'm sorry. we're not gonna the model that is Arsenal trying to do is this process is all wrong, and to putting trust in these old players. I'm sorry, I don't think. And the other news coming out is that the fair play is going to be lifted. I'm not sure how
Exactly.
true that is, but if that's
That's
going to
big
be
no.
lifted, Arsenal is going to go backwards more and more because of the owner that we have.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
so Devon, Derek, do you think this is hard times?
Yeah, we
I
strap on your
think
seatbelts, my brother.
so. Um, Devon, what is the solution?
Bro, look, just to come on to Derek, the difference between Chelsea and us is they have a ruthless owner. He doesn't accept mediocrity. That's the difference. It starts there. As for a manager, I disagree with Derek where he says that he doesn't have his players when he's the one that keeps selecting these players. He's the one that convinced Hector Bellerin to stay. He's the one that convinced Granit Xhaka to stay. He's the one, like you said, that let Guendouzi and Torreira go, but he wants to give El Nene a new contract. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Also for Partey, he's brought in Partey, but he's mismanaged Partey this whole entire season, which is why Partey's been out injured. That game against Tottenham, Partey shouldn't have played. He started Partey, then he wants to push Partey back onto the pitch. So that's why Partey never got going. I agree fully with the Odegaard sentiments. The more he plays for us, the worse it's going to be because that's just pushing his price tag up for Real
Yeah.
Madrid. There's no way they're gonna let him come to us. I get what Derek is saying. Where I hear you fully when you say you don't want to keep sacking. Obviously, you don't want to keep chopping and changing managers. But me personally, I don't trust this board to make the right decision, Nige, because there is managers out there. If we say we are a big club, you act like a big club and you go get a big bad boy manager. You go out there, you go give Allegri an offer that he wants because he's the only one that's left. I wanted Allegri first and foremost. Then I wanted Ancelotti as number two. And thirdly, I wanted Poch because I think he can work under these strenuous conditions. But this manager, people tell me to trust his process. He's seeing improvements, but we're still conceding goals. We're still losing games. I think Wolf alluded to the fact that we've lost more games, so many games this season. We've released more kits this season than wins. It's pathetic, Nige. I
Yeah.
can't back it. I'm sorry. I can't, my bro. I can't.
I know, I agree with you. I also lost faith in this process. I'll be honest with you. I was, Devon, we had arguments about the process, and you sometimes have to step back and just check. Look, no man, there's no results. Football is about results,
Facts.
and if there's no results, unfortunately you can't put faith. And the first thing that people look at is the manager. You can't you people stop blaming the players. Stop blaming the players. I think the way he puts the squad out is all wrong.
Mm.
um you don't swap your defense every single game. Why is he swapping the defense every single game? You're not gonna gel. That's why we're laying 10th, Derek,
Mm.
because he stopped swapping the players.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, Nige, man. He's looking out for fatigue, and as we all know, Arteta doesn't fancy a right-footed player playing on the left side
I
of
think
the
he's
fullback
probably too
space.
scared.
So those are
Derek,
his sentiments regarding that. Yeah,
I think he's
I'm
too
listening.
scared.
Mm.
Arteta is scared. That is the problem with he doesn't trust his players.
Mm.
He
Listen, Nige.
doesn't trust his
Okay,
players.
yeah. To tell the honest truth, guys. I won't say Arteta is the best manager out there. I won't say Arteta is the guy that we had. Like Vex Bruno said, I also thought that Ancelotti should have come that time because there was a choice. I thought, yeah, Arteta, go and learn your trade at Everton, and the big bad manager comes to us, and you will put things into shape because those are the type of managers that doesn't take nonsense even from boards. They tell the board, listen, this is what I want, this is what I do, and he has the pedigree to do that. But Arteta is now coming in with some guy that has a pedigree of winning leagues, cups, whatever he won as an assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. And now he's starting to think that he's actually Pep Guardiola, starting to interchange players, starting to try and play players out of position. Like you said, rightfully said, he went wrong with his transfer business. First of all, when Doozy, if you should go and watch his transfer, not his transfer, scouting, whatever he's doing on his loan spell, you would see that in 9 of these 10 games that he's played, he's had man of the match performances in 5 of those. The same with Saliba. Torreira is sitting on the bench. Yeah, we know what squad depth Atletico Madrid is. Maitland-Niles outplayed Chelsea, right? Willock is scoring for fun at Newcastle. So I just think that he wanted to come in and show, listen, I'm the manager, and all managers do this. We take out players that used to play for the club, and I take these players that I fancy. Bellerin is a Spanish guy.
I mean,
Nelson, I don't even know. Listen. If I could give you a squad, Nigel, that would tear the Premier League apart, it would be Martinelli up front in this same system that we have now. Martinelli up front, Nelson on the left, Elise Monroe in the middle, Saka on the right. Then we have Partey, and then we could I think we could actually use Odegaard there, because I think that we don't need 2 defensive midfield players. That's too mediocre. That's too defensive minded. That's too scared, as you said.
Why do we have to play 2 defensive?
No, man. No, I don't actually like the tactic. Yeah, but
Derrick, ek dink jy moet maar vir Arsenal gaan manage, because sy self vir hulle, hey, as Derrick nou vir Arsenal gaan manage, dan sien sy Arsenal gaan sommer wen.
Results. Listen, guys, what I wanted to say, on the last thing that I wanted to say about Arteta, we need to give the guy a chance. Listen, we need to give the guy a chance. Even you, Vex Koenen and Nigel, you guys know, before we had Arteta, you were afraid of playing teams like Chelsea. You were afraid of playing teams like City. You were afraid of playing Manchester United.
Yeah, I'm
you were afraid of playing, right? No, I'm not afraid anymore. Since Arteta took over, I'm not afraid anymore. Vex Koenen, you can echo my sentiment. Do you still feel that fear when we go into a game with Manchester United or Chelsea? Arteta brought that back, that he won actually 80% of his top 6 games. Can you say that the same for Wenger in his last few seasons? And Emery, he was totally in shambles when he got to the top 6. So for me, yeah, that is a fact. That is a fact. You're not afraid anymore going into these type of games. I wasn't afraid going into the Liverpool game. What we have,
Derrick, I think it's a more 50-50 there. You don't know what to expect. That's the thing. And we took on Arteta to improve the challenge, didn't we? Suddenly,
I'm not sure. I don't think that was brief. I don't think that was brief.
Yeah, look, remember, the process thing came only afterwards. The process, trust the process, came actually afterwards. And I think he was in an interview when he mentioned the process, and suddenly it was all over social media. And what my problem is with Arsenal right now, and when Wenger was manager, Arsenal supporters was fighting amongst each other. There was a split. We took on Unai Emery and Arteta afterwards to break that split, but now it's back again, and that's the reason. And that's the reason why Arsenal will never challenge for many years, because the football club and the fan base is not one. If you look at City, Chelsea even, and Liverpool, the fan base believes in what, not because a City is outplaying everyone, right? But Arsenal's fan base for years, for 16 years, has been divided. That is the problem.
True.
It's not just the players, but it's also when it comes by the board. We don't have a right owner. I don't believe we have the right manager at the way I see it now. And that brings positive negativity in the club. So once we become one, and once I know results brings positivity.
Yeah.
But at the moment, at the moment,
I just want to
there
ask.
is no positive.
I just want to ask
Um,
you and Derek a question. Sorry to break your word, Nige. Do you think if there were fans in the stadium, do you think he'd still be in the job though?
no,
Because
he's been fired.
Arsenal fans are funny. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
listen,
I
guys,
think he'll be fired.
I tend to think I tend to disagree with you guys. I think man, when these guys took on Arteta, they knew what they were getting. They knew they were getting a second hand coach, but they were depending on what he could bring to the club in terms of what he had learned from Pep Guardiola. And trust me, he has learned a lot. He has learned a lot. You could see he has learned a lot. He's not the guy that just came in here clueless like Oli. You can see Manchester United. They don't have any game plan. They don't have any structure. They just put out the best
But
11
they're laying
and hope.
second.
Yeah,
But they're
yeah,
laying
but that is.
second.
I know, I
What is
know,
more
I know. But
important? Laying second
that,
or
do
laying
you want?
10th?
Do you want to? No, listen. What can I tell you, Knights? The confidence of Manchester United is so fragile. It's only a player. It's only a moment of brilliance that gives Manchester United those points. There's no structure there. There's no saying who can you say improved in the Manchester United team. Bruno
But
came
then
in.
Derek,
Bruno's doing.
but Derek, I would rather take a fragile team laying second than a team that kind of has, do you say, kind of has structure like Arsenal laying 10th. Does that make sense?
It doesn't. It doesn't. To tell you the truth, it doesn't make sense.
Because at the end
And
of
in
the
terms of the
day,
points,
remember, soccer is a result game, like any other sport. They only see the team that is doing well. Who has the most? What team is most made fun of? Arsenal or Manchester United?
We're right now laughing stock, bro.
Thank
we are the
you.
laughing stock.
You
We
understand?
are the laughing
So
stock.
you understand, Eric? End of the day is the result. It doesn't matter if United is so boring. But I'll tell you one thing. I hate United. All my
Yeah.
friends know that, and I will say it on my show. I hate United, and I'll always hate them. But they had the best manager in the world, and will still have the best manager in the world, Alex Ferguson. And right now, they're playing much better football than Arsenal, and that's why they're laying second. And and while Manchester United is in the Europa League, I don't think we have a chance.
Mm.
The way we're playing on form, I don't think we have a chance winning the Europa League. We also need to wake up. If we want to win the Europa League, they're not gonna wait. They're not gonna win it the way they played against Liverpool because United is at the moment better than Liverpool is better than United because
Look,
of league standings.
I mean, look at our last game against Olympiacos, Nige, on our home ground. Look how pathetic that was.
Yeah, no. But look, guys, we can chat the whole night
We
about
can
the
talk all night, yeah.
solution. Yeah, the solution and what is the problem of it. But at the end of the day, Derek and Devon, Devy D, is the results. It's where the league stand. I mean, Theo Hemper as comment. He's a coach in our Cape Town community. I'm sure Hemper would have never been happy with laying 10 or any coach. I'm a coach as well. I won't be happy. I will be fired. I will be fired. But guys, before we go,
Okay.
do you think you can win the Europa League?
I'm
Nope.
gonna ask Vicky to answer that first.
Nope. We don't have a
Okay.
chance. Love us to win it, but for me, it's just gonna get gassed by this manager and paper over the cracks. So I don't think we can win it. I'd love us to win it, but I don't think we can.
Derek,
Listen, man. I'm optimistic, as you know. I'm Arteta in. I want to be Arteta out because of the results, but listen, man. Now it's me and you both know, and Vex Guna. We've been Gunners for a long time, and we are used to mediocre results. We are used to suffering. We are used to this banter of the people. So this is nothing new to us. My question
Mm.
is, who do we get now if we replace Arteta? Say we let him go at the end of the season. Who is coming in?
Rogers.
Another
I would choose Rogers. Give him the money. Give
PR,
Rogers the money.
Nagelsmann.
Injury. Give Rodgers the money. He will fix Arsenal. He
What do
done it
you say, Vex?
before.
Look, I obviously want Allegri, but I think we have to be realistic. I think somebody also touched on it in the chat. I think it's Wolfie. Oh no, Theo, I can actually look at it here. Theo says if they sign an established coach, they would have to spend money and buy players. Now they can take their time. So Allegri is the dream, but I'll even say Nagelsmann of Leipzig.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Listen,
no.
guys,
I would
Nagels.
take Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers is a good coach. I
Even
really
Rodgers,
rate Rodgers because
even
Rodgers is the
Rodgers.
one. Yeah, Rodgers is the one that brought the Liverpool team to where they are right now. Not Klopp, not Klopp. Liverpool, Rodgers instilled that pressing mentality into them, and that fast-paced game. So Klopp just came and finished it off, right?
Hmm.
But like you said, this Nagelsmann, on what basis would you choose him? Because he's also the same as Arteta. What has he actually won at Leipzig?
He hasn't won anything, but he's got a system and he's got a style of play that I can see our youngsters thriving under.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
But guys,
fair enough.
we can, like we said, we can chat all night.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens through the season. Look, football, it's very funny. It can change. That's one thing.
Yeah.
At the moment, yes, there's half of the supporters, Arsenal supporters are Arteta in, and other half is Arteta out. We're not saying that both is incorrect. Both is right, and that's people's comments. We must respect it.
I respect
Like
opinions,
football
man.
can change, but football can also be harsh. Arteta might not look like he's gonna win the Europa League, but he might win it. That is
Yeah.
football.
True.
So,
And then would you change
yeah.
your tune? Would you change your tune?
Look, Derek, I don't get paid 5 million a year or 10 million. He was taken on to do a job, and
Fair
that's to bring
enough.
silverware to the club. So it's nothing for me or anyone else to say if I would change my tune. We just supporters. We only buy the jerseys. We support the team, but the coach is there to do a job, and these guys pay a lot of money. Aubameyang gets paid 300, 1,000 a week. What, to look like a clown? I'm sorry. This is a professional club, brother. This is a professional club that us as Arsenal supporters pay a lot of money for jerseys and stuff. And the guys come on YouTube and come dancing into the football club. If Roy Keane, I wonder what Roy Keane had to say about
Yeah.
this. It's
Hey.
disgusting. I'm sorry to say. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. Yeah, Morgan has something to say. Morgan is from Arsenal Cape Town TV.
Big up
Before we
Morgan.
go, guys, do you think another manager could do better than the current squad? Of course they will. There's no doubt about it. Who's gonna do better than 10? So Morgan, yes, any manager will come in will do better than Arteta. I'm sorry to say, brother. Morgan says, "Hi guys." After he asked the question, but guys, thank you very much for being on the show. It was lovely. Yeah, look, when the team doesn't do well, look, it's always discussion for an hour.
Yeah, you know. No,
It's therapy. It's therapy.
Therapy.
it's therapy. It's therapy. We suffer
But
together.
thank you
We
very
suffer
much, guys.
True.
Yeah, no, I'm not suffering. It's just disgusting.
Thanks for having me on. It was nice to chat with you guys and nice to meet Derek as well, my man.
And nice to meet you, Vex.
Good luck for you guys. Okay, guys, viewers, Devon's got his own YouTube channel as well, Devon DTV, and Derek also has a show called Soccer Color Style. So guys, check
Yeah.
these guys channels on YouTube. Please support us. In Cape Town, YouTube is not big with football when it comes to podcasts, but we're getting there. But it takes for the viewers like you guys to support us and watch our shows, like, to subscribe, and yeah, we will get there. the Footy Express show is all about local talent as well. Tomorrow night we have our Treswell. That's a local player. Yeah, no, well-known local player. Tune in tomorrow night. It's going to be a good show. Jonathan Arugam is also an ex-PSL player.
Johnny.
Hopefully we'll have ex-superstars as well. That's coming on the show. There will be a surprise. So guys, thank you very much for coming on the show. It was a wonderful chat. Very frustrating chat. But yeah, good luck for Arsenal in the Europa League, Manchester United, and the Champions League game against Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Yeah. It's on tonight, right?
So guys, thank you very much.
That's on tonight,
Have a
yeah.
wonderful evening.
Cheers,
Have
my
to check
bro.
out. All right. Have a good night, man. Nigel. See you, Vex Kuna. Go well.
Cheers, my bro. You too, man. Love. Bless.
Cheers. Bless, man.